Hey, good morning. Chillie Falls here with Chillie's Cruises. And boy, am I all messed up this morning. First of all, before we get to the Tropical Storm Barry update on the cruise, how it impacts the cruise ships, as you can tell, I am not in my normal studio at the farm. I'm helping my niece with a pet sitting gig this weekend, so I'm away from the house. I don't have any lights or anything, so if the quality of the picture is not real good, please bear with me. So we want to get to the information as quickly as we can. Um, the way this thing is fluid right now, folks, there's liable to be updates coming at you all weekend long because things are not known. We're not sure what's going on. The facts as we know them, currently, as we speak, within just the last couple minutes ago when I checked again. The port of New Orleans and the river traffic to New Orleans from the Gulf is closed. They're allowing no river traffic. The port of Mobile is closed, and that's going to affect some things. Galveston apparently is open. So we thought Galveston was going to have some problems. The impact to Galveston is probably going to come later in the weekend if there is any. So the storm itself, I'm sure you've watched the Weather Channel or whatever. The storm is strengthened. It is not on, has not had landfall yet. It's going to hit landfall someplace just to the west on the coast from New Orleans. It is not a hurricane yet. It was within 4 miles an hour the last update I saw. So they were expecting it over the next few minutes to increase. So it's probably was a hurricane or is a hurricane at least for the time being, and it won't last long because as soon as it hits landfall, it'll drop back to a tropical storm as land starts dissipating some of the system. This is a really strange storm, folks. Those of you that follow hurricanes at all, this is not going to be the strong wind damage that we've seen the last couple years with the massive hurricanes, but this is going to be a high water situation. They're talking as much as 20 more inches of rain on top of what they already have. It's not formed so that the whole Gulf Coast is getting nailed. It's the bands that come around the center of the storm. The center of this storm is not formed very well, but the bands are dumping tremendous amounts of water. Just a little while ago, it wasn't raining at all in New Orleans, which was really strange. But you go a few miles to the west and they're getting nailed. You go between New Orleans and Mobile, they're getting nailed. Mobile got hit hard during the night. But getting to the impact on the cruise ships as we know it. Everybody's familiar with the situation with Carnival Valor that was supposed to sail from New Orleans the day before yesterday. They moved it to Mobile, bussed everybody from New Orleans over to Mobile, where they got on the ship and sailed from Mobile. Everybody that got off the ship in Mobile was bussed back to New Orleans, since that's where they started and that's where their cars are and their air tickets home, etc. So they bussed them back to New Orleans for them to go home. The Valor is not scheduled back until Monday, and we're not sure what's going to happen with that. How long New Orleans will be closed, we don't know. This morning, the Carnival Fantasy was due into Mobile. As of the last information I had, and quite frankly, the updates have not been coming nearly as promptly as they should on this. But the last information I had is that the Carnival Fantasy was somewhere off, roughly, generally off the state line between Alabama and the panhandle of Florida. So out in the water from that, just basically sitting and waiting until the port of Mobile opens and they can get in to disembark and load for the next cruise. The passengers that were supposed to go on that ship today have been told by Carnival, don't go to the cruise port. Just wait. You can sign up for a text update, and they will update you when the Carnival Fantasy is in port. And once it's in port, then you can go to the cruise port. So that's great for people that live in and around the Mobile area and have a chance of getting there. That's not so good for somebody that was flying into Mobile and sailing today, or is in a motel that was going to go to that came in a day early or 2 days early and was going to go get on the ship this morning. So there's some problems with the way they're doing this. But anyway, the storm's just not letting them do it any other way. I've been in a situation once before myself, like the Fantasy, where I was out in the Gulf and they actually was 2 days on that one before I was out of New Orleans. I got 2 days at sea, got back into New Orleans 2 days late. Of course, had to dance to get air reservations to get tickets back home and all that business. But so we got home a couple days late. Was no big deal. I was working at the time, so I had to call my boss and say, look, I'm not going to be home. I won't be back to work. But I mean, the food, there's plenty of food on the ship. There's plenty of booze. There's plenty to drink. So the people that are on the ship, and they're safe, the Carnival's not going to do anything to put the people at danger. So wherever they are out there in the Gulf is safe. They're not in the storm. So that's cool. It's the passengers that are going in for the next cruise that are going to have trouble getting there. And the people that get off that ship getting home. So those kind of things have got to be dealt with. And Carnival's going to have to probably open up the wallet some for a lot of people that are involved, because I'm sure there's going to be some cancellations. Now, the next ship into New Orleans is tomorrow. But we don't know about that yet, folks. Just absolutely no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. If they'll get the river traffic open by then and get the airport back open. The airport is also closed. So it might not be closed, but most of the airlines have canceled flights in and out of New Orleans all day today. So if a ship lands tomorrow, is the airport going to be able to handle it, getting all these people back out of there? I don't know. The other area that was that had possibilities of impact was Galveston. The Carnival Freedom was due in there this morning also. It was returning from the Bahamas. The problem with that was not what's going on in Galveston at this point, because they've had no rain yet. The west side of this storm is dry so far. But now as the bands go up and around and over, the Galveston could get some on the back end, and you sneeze and Galveston can flood. So the back end of this could cause problems in the next couple of days if the storm doesn't move out. But for now, the problem was getting the Carnival Freedom around the storm safely, which would have to go considerably to the south, probably because of the mileage distances and so forth, and the whole problems that we've had recently with Cuba. They probably got to go south of Cuba, maybe even around Jamaica, and come up between Cozumel and Jamaica to get back into Galveston. So they're going like, an extra couple thousand, maybe 1,000 miles extra in sailing, which takes time. So the first thought was that the Freedom might be delayed on getting in. And again, the information has not been good and timely, because all I can tell is that everything in Galveston is on schedule. So apparently the Carnival Freedom dodged the storm, got in this morning, and has unloaded and getting ready to load again through the day today for this next sailing out of Galveston. They're not having weather issues there. And then once they get out of Galveston, these guys are really good on avoiding storms at sea. They, obviously not going into a tropical storm. But anyway, that's where we are. No idea on when the Fantasy is going to get in and when the next cruise is going to get out of Mobile. No idea what's going to happen tomorrow in New Orleans. But for now, everything in New Orleans is closed. Most flights are canceled at the airport in New Orleans. The airport in Mobile and the port of Mobile are closed. And we'll update you as soon as we know something else. So that's it on the updates on the storm. This is Chillie Falls from Chillie's Cruises. That's our new branded name that you'll see on thumbnails for the videos, and you'll see it on the website and so forth. I regularly post videos on all facets of the cruise and travel industries. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves. When we do interview shows, it's called Chillie Chats. And of course, we have our 3 live broadcasts that are normally at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This broadcast is a little bit early because I needed to get the information up and online, because it affects some people that may be listening and may be checking on this right now. The people that are on the Fantasy or getting ready to go on the Fantasy might be looking for information. Likewise, the Freedom in Galveston and anything in New Orleans. So we wanted to get this up as quickly as possible. I will be posting stuff during the day today and tomorrow. As soon as I have information, I will get it up either live or as a video. So just keep watching. At any time, in the lower right-hand corner, hit that little subscribe button. The bell notification will tell you when something is going live or when I posted a new video. And as always, if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs down. That's okay. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care. Well, I care. I want thumbs up. I don't want thumbs down. But if you think I'm an idiot, give me a thumbs down. Just let YouTube know that you're watching and you're engaging with me. That's the main thing. That helps the channel to grow. Speaking of growing, we were at 1,382, I believe, subscribers this morning. So if you're new to this channel, we certainly do appreciate it. In the description of this video, you'll find all kinds of links and stuff to my Facebook page and Pinterest and of course to the website. Feel free to go looking around, see what you can find. Also, there's 2 links on the description to Amazon. One is for a backpack travel bag for if you're carrying a computer, a laptop. The other is, I don't know, I said something silly like take Michelle Obama on a cruise. Folks, that's not a political statement one way or the other. It's for Audible, an Audible book. Her best-selling memoir is one of the hottest things in the world. You can get Audible, and they're running a special now for it's $4.95. You get 3 months, and I don't know how many. You get some free books, so you can actually get Michelle Obama's book for free, I think, if you're signing up for Audible. But anyway, you can take the Audible book on any of your devices, on your telephone, on a laptop, on a tablet, anything, any device that you would take with you on a cruise, you can have Audible. Just plug in your earphones and you can sit back and listen to the book while you're sitting by the pool, or you're sitting in an airport waiting for an airplane, or you're on an airplane. I use Audible myself a lot, and I love it. So it's a great service. You pick it up. This channel makes a few little shekels, and that helps support the channel. So anyway, that's about it from here. We'll be updating as we can, as quickly as possible, as soon as we know something. For now, this is Chillie, the crazy fat travel guy. We'll talk to you soon. Later, y'all.